Hi guys, how are you? This is Josh. Welcome back to our GH live stream. So today we are going to do the newest, the symbol flame now art design. Could you see that? It's super gorgeous and so fashion. So today we are select these kits, the G6604. For this kit, including 12 pieces, the fast drying dipping powder, and the color like this. So today we select two colors to make the design. The number 91 and the number 108. One gray color, another is the black color. So, because it's only the fast drying dipping powder of this kit, you can buy this kit, the GL401. For this kit, including big size 15 ml of the base and the activator and the top brush saver. For this kit, it's a limited time sliding deal now. It just needs 17 US dollar. You can get this kit, the GL401. So today we are going to do this design. We'll show you again for the frame nail art design. So we need to prepare two brush and one brush to make the ombre here, and this brush, and the trickster, and the gold foil to make the decoration. And one more thing is the painting gel. And the color, you can select any color you want. So for this way, it's super easy to follow. So let's go. So guys, we're going to do the simple way to do the frame designs of the powder. From the powder as the base, and then I'm going to using with the dip glue kits to combine with. And for this kit, the GL401, we have the limited time sliding deal now. We're going to do the design. So later we're going to show you how to make it. And for this kit, the GL401 is limited time sliding deal, only 17 US dollar. You could get that kit. And for the G6604, for that kit, you could get 12 pieces of fast drying dipping powder. So today we are going to do these colors and make the design. And for the frame, now our designs, you need to prepare the painting gel and the UV lamp, and especially the top coat. So let's welcome our nail technician and our models. We already do the preparation of the nail. We already washing the hand and push back the cuticle and cut off any excess cuticle already. It's the necessary parts if you're doing the nail art designs on your own natural nails. So we already do all preparation, so let's go. Here's the color 91, the gray color. For this color is from the G6604. And here's the black color, 108. It's the super black. So we're going to do these two colors. We need to use the nail tips to stir the powder first to avoid the powder sticking together. And we have to prepare the Ombre pads. For the Ombre pads, you could find it from our dip powder accessories kit. But if you have the balm or the primer, you could use them. For our Ombre pads, it's super easy to carry because it's the pads. And without any smell because we add the fragrance inside it. So we must be to dry the nail bed first, then your powder will be more stick with your nails. And one more thing, actually you need to shade the nail and remove any shine by the nail buffer. We already done all preparation. So first, we're going to use this kit, the dip glue, the number 1 base. For the number 1 base is from our GL401. It's the big size, 15 ml. We need to apply the base to your entire nail and brush evenly for every time. Actually, for this powder, you need to put your finger 45-degree angle and dip into the color powder. take out and tap off any excess powder. So you could use the brush to help to brush off any excess powder. We need to apply the base again. For this time, it's same. We need to apply the base to your entire nail. And keep every time to brush evenly. It's so important to avoid lumpy or uneven. And dip into the color powder, stay for a second, let it absorb well. And tap off any excess. Using a brush to help to brush off. And we're going to turn to another. So I think for the brush, if a little bit dirty, you could use the Limpy White to wipe off. So we're going to go to another nails. We're going to apply the base to your entire nail again and brush evenly. And put the finger 45-degree angle and dip into the powder. Stay for a second and take out. And going to tap off. Using a brush to help to brush off any excess powder from your nails because you do not want your base, the brush of the base, to get dirty. We're going to brush the base to apply the base to your entire nail again. Normally for our powder, because with full pigment and smooth enough, so we just suggest 2 coats is enough, especially the dark color. If the light color, you could do the 3rd coat. So we're going to turn to the top finger. We're going to apply the base to your entire nail again. The reason why we chose these 3 fingers because later we're going to do the design first, so we need to dip the black color powder in one time. So you must use the brush to help to brush off any excess powder from your nails. Because for our powder, one, because it is the fast drying dipping powder, the powder could be dried within 30 seconds. You do not want your brush get hard. And another, because our powders, it could be very smooth. So when you dip inside it, when you brush on the nails, you do not want it to get dirty. So you can see, it get dirty first, you can use the Limpy White to wipe off first. We're going to apply the base to the nail again. And every time brush evenly. Put your finger 45-degree angle and dip into the powder, stay for a second. Take out and tap off any excess. Here's the basic handle way when you are first to do the dip powder. So for this kind of the dark color, actually, if you find the brush to get dirty, you could use the Limpy White to wipe off or using the paper towel to wipe off first. And tap off any excess. Using a brush to help to brush off. We need to apply the base to your entire nail for every time brush evenly. So I think most of clients, they said why they're so easy to treat off from the nails. So first, you need to brush the base to your entire nail. Not just, don't forget the parts near the cuticle, but do not let the base to get on your cuticle. Because where the base is, then the powder will stick with. So every time if the brush only a little bit dirty, you could wipe off the excess liquid and wipe off the dirty part. So return to another finger. We want to finish this black color first. because we don't want our brush get dirty every time. So brush the base to your entire nail. Don't forget the parts near the cuticle, but do not to let the base get on your cuticle skin. So if you cannot control the base well, so you need to do more practice. And actually, for the first layer, you need to brush off the excess powder to avoid the brush to get dirty. As you can see, for our black color, it's real the super black. So the color is with full pigment. Normally, we suggest 2 coats is enough. And use a brush to brush off any excess powder. After use, you need to keep the cap tightly closed. So because our powder is the fast dry dipping powder, we are going to do the buff off this now, because these 2 fingers, later we are going to do the design. We need to prepare the painting gel and the UV lamp and 2 brushes to help to do the designs of the flame. So our nail technician going to do these fingers first to make the flame design. Because our powder is the fast dry dipping powder, so it can be dried within 30 seconds by itself. So you do not need to apply any activator before you do the buffing. You just need to wait after 30 seconds. It could be hard extra rock. As you can see, when we're doing the buffing, it won't be come off. The powder will not come off because our powder already dry. So we select these 4 fingers. We're going to do the frame design. So we're going to buff the surface first. So if you every time to apply the base evenly to your entire nail, then you won't have any problem of bumpy or uneven. And actually, I think most of our customers, they want to share their experience for doing the dip powder nails. That you could join our Facebook, the GHdip, the group. And actually, for today, we're using the powder from the G6604. For this kit, it's including 12 pieces of the powder. It's the solid color, and it's the very popular kit recently. And because it's only 12 pieces, the fast dry dipping powder, you could buy 1 kit. We call GL401 because it is in the limited time now. For that kit, it's including 4 pieces, the big size, 15 ml of the dip glue. You just need to pay only $17 that you could get the GL401, the glue kit today. So right now, I think. You could enter the Amazon.com by searching GHdip. We will have more limited time sliding do. And now we take out the gel base. For those 4 fingers, we are going to do the flame nail art design, so we need to using the UV lamp. So first, we already done the buffing and remove any dust. Now we are going to apply the base to the entire nail, but the base is the gel base. Because it is the gel base, so that you need to using the UV lamp for curing around 30 seconds or 1 minute. So we select 4 fingers to make the flame design to show you how to make the simple flame nail art design by the painting gel. And actually we got several ways to do the flame. So today we are going to use the most simple way. So after apply the gel base, we need to take out the UV lamp. For this time, we are going to save in the time, so we put our 2 hands inside the UV lamp. But if your UV lamp is so small that you could put it one by one, so we need to cure 1 minute. So during the 1 minute, I want to remind you guys for these 2 colors is from the G6604. For the colors, it's the gray color and one black color. The black color is the 108. For that black color, we could use it to do many designs. You could use the black color as the base and to make the designs on it. So, the time's up. For curing 1 minute, then we are going to take out our painting gel. For today, we are going to select the green color. Why we select the green color? Because this color looks more obvious. You can select any other color like the yellow, orange. But today we are going to do the simple way. You need to prepare this brush. This brush is the flat head. We need to brush the edge, the bottom of the nail first. You need to brush evenly and smooth, but not too thick. You could start at the bottom, because we start the finger at the bottom by using this flat brush. Although the brush shape is flat, but for the brush is so thin, it's not so big. So we take out another brush. For this brush, it's the thin brush. I think most of clients already know this, the nail art brush. So now we go up by the thin brush. We're going to paint it. From the bottom, I'm going to do this to make it up. If you do not know the So as you can see, we are going to do that and pulling up by the brush. So I think for the camera you cannot see, we are going to do the adjustment. And with the bottom, we need to brush first and then going up with the light. For the flame, you need to have the picture to copy with if you don't have the picture in your brain. So we must be to from the bottom and go up. Using the light thin brush to help to paint on the nails. So actually today we select the green color of the gel, and actually you could select any other colors, or you could using especially the glow in the dark gel polish. It will be with the light at night. I think it will be super cool. Actually we have another way to make the flame nail art designs by the powder. So next time we're going to show you another way to make the flame and with the blending design. And guys, we are gonna to launch the glow in the dark powder soon, so we are going to make the designs later. Please focus on us. So for the flame, now our designs, we need to use the painting gel or the gel polish. But for your gel polish, you must be with full pigments. It's not too thin of your gel polish. So we need to start the finger at the bottom and go thinner up on the top. And for the flame, you need to do some fists on the bottom. You cannot to apply too much the gel because later we're gonna to for the curing. So you must be to keep it very thin but smooth off the surface. Don't forget the nail edge. So we're going to finish 2 fingers or 4 fingers, then go into. So we not want to show you more clearly. First, you need to use the flat brush and to brush at the bottom. Because this way is the simple way to do the flame. So I think it's more suitable for the home user, or you are first to make the painting gel to make the flame. Later we're going to turn to another brush. For this brush is more thin. We're going to pull it up to using the brush to help to go in thinner up on the top and to paint the lines you like. And if you do not know how the flame looks, you need to prepare one picture and then you could copy. So for the middle parts, we cannot avoid, you cannot see that because for our camera it's this way. So sorry, just pay attention. We're going to show you more clearly on another side. And we're going to using a light thin brush to help to go in thinner up on the top, just like that. And to paint the flame. So normally we start from the middle, the central, and turn to the corner for the both sides. You need to paint the line, looks more natural, just like the real fire. The reason why we select the green color because we like it, and I think you could using any other colors, just like the yellow or the orangey pink, looks more like the fire. That's because the base is the black color powder, so it's with more choice. You could select any colors you want. So we take out the UV lamp and go into for cure 1 minute. So guys, did you learn? Did you know how to make it, the flame, now arts design now? If you do not know or you cannot get the key points of it, we are gonna have another 2 fingers to show you. So, but first, you need to prepare the gel paint or the gel polish. But for the gel, you must be with the full color. You can select any color. We suggest to use, if you have the glow in the dark gel polish, that I suggest you use it. Because when it's at night, the nails will with the light. I think it's super cool of the flame. So actually for the flame, now our designs, this one is the most simple one because we start from the bottom and going up at the top. So after 1 minute for curing, we are going to take out the gel top coat. because we want to seal the design first. We do not want to ruin it. So after you do the design, you need to cure for 1 minute to let the gel get dry. And then we're going to turn to make the gel top coat, to brush the gel top coat for protect the designs first. We do not want to ruin it because later we're going to do another nails. So we're going to brush the top evenly for every time, no matter gel top or the dip glue top. We must make sure for every layer we must be to brush evenly. So we're going to put the fingers inside the UV lamp again. So during the 1 minute, if you have any question or you want to share some experience for us, you could by scan. I think there's no QR code on your screen now. You could join our Facebook group that you could share more experience for us. And we could make now our design extra required. And actually for this frame designs, it's super easy to make, especially for the beginner. I think this way is more suitable for the beginner to make the design. So for the group, you could join our GHdip Dip Powder Nails group. You could search it, that we could have some little events and the free gift for you. So after curing 1 minute, we're going to have the design like that. As you can see, it looks so natural. So for guys, if you did not watch the tutorial just now, we're going to do that again. You need to prepare the flat brush. For the flat brush, it's very tiny. So we need to start at the bottom. First, you need to paint like that. Very thin layer, but with much more the gel, because later we're going to use the thinner brush to go into paint up. So we take out the brush, another brush. This brush is the only line thinner brush. So we start to paint from the center first. We need to pulling up the light to go up on the top. And then do it slowly and careful. So we're going to make the flame just like that. We need to make it look more natural. For this kind of the frame, we do not need to fill the gel inside the blank. For this way, we are going to just let the light going up only. So we're going to make the flames, the file from the center and then turn to the critical part and going to thin it up on the top. As you can see, you could let the file to go up, looks more natural. Normally we're going to do 3 or 4 lines. So we're going to paint it just like that, slowly but carefully, with the very thin brush. So you must be to make sure it is so nice and smooth. If you do not have the picture in your brain for the flame, how it looks, you could try to download the picture first and put it on your left or right side, then you could copy to paint the flame. So for this way, it's the most simple way. I think there are so many now technicians going to do another ways to make the flame. For the flame, we have so many methods to make. So this one is the most simple way. So when you pull up, when you see the bottom, it's not so smooth or not so nice, you need to go into using the brush to help to fix it. So today we are going to select the green color to make the flame, and actually you could using any other colors to make. So for this is the final finger we're going to make the design. First, we start with the flat brush at the bottom, the nail edge. And brush evenly and smooth and make it look nice at the bottom. Later, we're going to using another kind of the brush. This brush is the very thin brush with the light. So now you could to pull up the line, very thin line on the top. So it's very super easy to make. So we start from the center, the middle one. And then turn another line. You just need to make it look so natural. You could do the painting as any way you like. You could use the brush to help to fix the design. And then go up, turn to the critical part. We need to paint it every time just like that, under from the center and go to the critical part. Normally we do the 3 lines or 4 lines is enough, like it looks more natural. Just paint it like. I think this design is just like one of the pop, I think. So after the design, we're going to put it in the UV lamp for 1 minute. For during that, now we're going to show you. Today we select 2 colors to make the designs. And one color is the black color 108. It's from G6604. And another color is the gray color. For that color is the 91 from the G66042 too. For those 2 colors, we're going to do the ombre later. For the ombre way, we just need to prepare the brush because we need to apply some gold foil for make the decorations. So you need to use a tweezer or any stick to help you to put the gold foil for your nails later. So for the flame, the designs, this one is the basic one. It's a simple one, so it's more suitable for the home user or if you're first using a gel, the painting gel. So we take out the gel top coat. We're using a gel top coat to protect the design first. For these 2 now are design of those 2 fingers. So we need to brush evenly for the gel top. For the gel top coat, because it's the gel polish system, you need to prepare the UV lamp to cure it. So we need to using the UV lamp again for curing 1 minute. Then it will be finished for those design, for the flame now art design. So if you have any question or any experience want to share with us, that you could join into our GHdip, the dip powder glue of the Facebook, or you could contact with us by searching GHdip at amazon.com. So actually today we have one kit. It's in the limited time lightning deal now with only $17 US. The kit is the 4 pieces dip glue kit. The item number called GL401. For that kit, including the big size, the 15 ml of the glue. The number 1 is the base, the number 2 is the activator, the number 3 is the top, and the number 4 is the brush saver. So if you have that kit, you could use it combined with the 12 pieces fast giant dipping powder kit. So after 1 minute, we're already done for this. We're going to turn to another fingers. So for this finger, we're going to do the ombre. For making the ombre nails, you must prepare the brush. First, we need to take out the number 1 base. We must to apply the base to your entire nail evenly for every time, for every layer. And using the brush to help to sprinkle the powder on the nail plate and then do the design. Just tap 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 on the nails. The reason why we tap on the nails, because it will be looks more natural for the ombre. And going to tap off. So actually you could doing the ombre directly, or you could using the clear powder as the base first. So it just depends on you. If you want to do 2 layers of the ombre, then you could apply the base, the clear powder, on the first layer. But if you do not, you could apply 3 times of the ombre colors to make the ombre nail art designs looks more natural. So we're going to turn to another color, the gray color at the bottom. So I like the black color to do the ombre nails with the gray color. I think this color of the nails looks very high-end and fashion. I think it's suitable for the office lady too. So every time you need to brush evenly. For the ombre nails, we suggest to do 3 coats. The reason why we do the 3 coats because when you're doing the ombre nail, just sprinkle the powder on the nails. The layer is so thin, so you do not need to worry whether it is too thick of the nails. And brush off any excess powder by the brush. So we are going to apply the base to your entire nail again. For this time, we must to put some gold foil. So you need to prepare the gold foil first. For the gold foil, it's so lightweight, so it's easy to fly. So we're going to use the twixter to help to put it on the nails, and using the twixter to separate it randomly on the nails. Do not need to worry because for the gold foil is so thin and lightweight, so it will not feel very thick on the nails. And actually it will very stick with the nails because it's so thin and lightweight. So you need to using a tweezer to help because you cannot let your finger to press it. Or you could using the toothpick or any stick to help you. Our nail technician like to use a tweezer to help and do it randomly. And we prepare the clear powder. For this time, we are going to apply very thin layer of the base again. Do not let your brush to bring out the gold foil from your nail plate. So you need to brush evenly and lightly. And we're going to dip into the clear powder. For this time, our clear powder to help to protect the design. Because later we're going to do the filing and buffing directly. So for the final finger, we are going to do the ombre too. We must be to brush the base to your entire nail. And do not let the base to get on your cuticle. So as our nail technician is doing, if you found it's a little bit get on your cuticle skin, you need to move it, remove it. And using your fingers or using another lengthy wipe to wipe off the base. Because later we're going to tap the powder on the nails, it will be very easy to stick with your cuticle skin. So every time we must be to brush evenly for every layer. So if you do not to make the ombre for 3 coats, you could use the clear powder to do on the first layer. You just do not let your fake nails look so transparent. So we're going to tap on the nails for the powder. That will make the ombre nail look more natural. So if you do not make the clear powder as the first layer, we're going to apply the base for 3 times and doing the ombre for 3 coats. For the final coat, actually normally we are going to fix the parts we think is not so perfect. Especially the light color. For the dark color, actually it's so easy to make it look full. And using brush to slightly to brush off any excess powder. So return to another hand. So for this, the middle finger, we are going to use the gold foil design. So we need to use in the base again to brush the base to your entire nail evenly for every time. And do not let the base to get on your cuticle. And you need to prepare 2 brushes. Because we are going to do the tutorial, so we did not prepare so many brushes to help. And if you aren't doing your own nails, I think 2 brushes is better. Because these 2 colors look so different. One is light, another is dark. So we are going to brush off any excess. Normally for the first layer, it's not so full. But every time you need to brush the base evenly, or you will feel bumpy or uneven of your nail plate. But to avoid it, you must be brushed evenly for every layer. So as you can see, you need to tap the nails, tap the powder during the tapping on the nails. For the second layer, we're going to make the color look more full. And going to tap off any excess and brush off any excess powder. Actually, for the third coat, we're going to fit the nails, the part that you think isn't perfect. As you can see, the black color already so full, but for the gray color, maybe a little bit light. So we're going to use a brush to tap on the nails. This way is super easy to make the natural looks ombre. Brush off slightly. So we need to take out the gold foil. Before you apply the gold foil, to pick the gold foil, you must be to brush the base to your entire nail again. And actually, it will let the gold foil more stick with your nail. And actually, we're going to using the tweezer to help. And using a tweezer and to separate the gold foil on the nails randomly. And actually for the gold foil, it's super light and thin. So it's super easy to do the separate by the nail tips or any toothpick or the tweezer. So every time we need to make it randomly on the nails. So if you do not like the gold foil, you could using any other sequins or any other big glitter, the chunky glitter, to make it your nails looks more matching the design. So now we're going to brush another layer of the base. Brush evenly because this time we need to use the clear powder to protect the design. So dip into the clear powder, just very thin layer and take out. Because our clear powder is same fast dry dipping powder system too. For the powder, actually it could be dried within 30 seconds by itself. You do not need to apply the activator to make it dry before we're doing the buffing and the filing. So return to another, the final one. For this finger, we're going to do the ombre again. So actually for those now, you could make only the solid color. But today we're doing the ombre. If you do not want to do the ombre again, so you could select this finger, the little finger, to make the solid color of the gray color. I think the whole nails looks very matching too for the design. So we're going to do the black color. Apply the black color first on the top and just tap and turn to the gray color at the bottom. Just tap on the nails every time and going to tap off any excess by the brush. So we're going to apply this for the 3 coats. And actually for the ombre nail, because you're just using the brush to sprinkle the powder on nail, you will not feel very thick of the nails. Because our powder is smooth enough too. So I want to remind all of our dear clients for those 2 colors. The black color is the 108 and for the gray color is the 91. It's both from our G6604. Those 2 colors. So because the G6604 is the only 12 pieces powder without the dip glue. So we suggest you could buy the GL401 to combine with. For the GL401 is the dip glue kit. For that dip glue kit is in the limited time sliding deal now, right now. It just needs $17 can get this kit, the GL401, the dip glue kit, with 4 pieces, big size 15 ml dip glue system. $17. $17. So because our powder is the fast dry dipping powder, so we could do the filing directly after 30 seconds. So you do not need to worry whether the gold foil will come off when you're doing the filing. It won't be because we already used the clear powder to protect. so it will not easily to come off when you're doing the filing. And actually, if you follow our tutorial step by step, you will find it's not so easy to let your nails get bumpy or uneven, because every layer brush evenly is so important. I think most of our clients, they said another thing is that why the powder is super easy to treat off. So first, you need to take care of the cuticle part. Every time you need to push back the cuticle and cut off any excess cuticle skin, the dead skin. And then you must be to apply the base evenly, and don't forget the parts near the cuticle, but do not let the base to get on your cuticle. And don't forget the nail edge part too. So for the filing and the buffing is so important too for each layer. So when we're doing the filing, as you can see, we do the filing for the nail plate first and turn to the cuticle part. So we're going to do the filing just like that, because it is without the most bumpy place. I think for the filing you could do it slightly, do not over filing. Now we're going to take out the nail file. For this nail file is for the artificial nail. It means after you down the dip powder, you need to use it to shape the nails. And you can find it from our dip powder accessories kit. For our dip powder accessories kit, including all kinds of the nail tools you want when you're doing the dip powder nails. And for the quality, do not worry. We chose the salon quality nail tools for you to let you make more professional dip powder nails. So actually, we must be shaping the nails every time. If you are doing the dip powder nails, do not worry, because the powder is harder as the rock. So you do not need to worry whether the powder will be easily come off. It won't happen. So after shaping, we must be going to do the filing now. No, the buffing now. For the buffing, we must be to grinding the nail surface more evenly and make it more rough. So every time for doing the buffing, you need to choose the nail buffer to make it. And actually for this kind of the nail buffer, it's using to grinding the large ridges, to sand down the large ridges in your natural nails and remove any oil or shine from the natural nail. And during the nail art designs, you must be using it to grind in the nail surface more evenly and to smooth up your nail edge every time. For this nail buffer, you could find it from our dip powder accessories kit too. And normally we have so many events and so many small free gifts for our customer who joined into our Facebook group. So if you have the interest, just contact with us directly. So we need to buff off and grind the surface more evenly, especially the ones with the gold foil. But do not need to worry whether the gold foil will be easy to come off. We already used the clear powder to protect it, so do not forget that part. You must be using the clear powder to protect the design. So during the buffing, I think most of our clients, they said, why when I using the buffer, it will be easy to scratch my skin. So first, you need to turn the nail buffer with different angle, and actually the most suitable and most comfortable way you like. And do not over buffing, because it might scratch your cuticle skin So you need to do the buffing on your nail plate first and tend to the cuticle parts every time. So, and then now we're going to use return to another buffer. So if you have any question for this kit, you could contact with us. So actually, I think most of our customers, they want to know whether we have the limited time sliding deal for other items. You just need to focus on our GHdip. When you enter the Amazon.com by searching GHdip, that you can find more favorable price for the kit. And we are going to launch so many items, new items for you in the future. I think later on the future. It will be very soon. So every time you need to buffing like that. Let the nail surface more smooth. So down the buffing, we are going to use a brush to brush off any dust from the nail plate. And you do not need to worry whether another 4 fingers, which was the flame designs, will get dirty by the dust. It won't be, because it's super easy to wipe off. So using a lymphatic wine to wipe off any excess dust particles from the nails, because later we're going to apply the activator and the top on it. So we're going to take out the number 2, the activator. So for this guy, only showing up only one time. So you do not need to apply any activator before you're doing the filing or buffing. You must be to apply only one time after the buffing and the filing, because for our fast giant dipping system, it's so different and unique on the market now. So after applying the activator, we're going to use the top. For the top, we need to apply 2 times. We must be brushed evenly for the first layer. As you can see, the gold foil will not be easy to fire off, because we're using the clear powder to protect. Because last time I think one of our customer asked why it will not come off, because we use the clear powder to protect it. So for the top, when you see they half dry but still sticky, the surface a little bit matte, we are going to apply the second layer on and brush evenly. So guys, no matter which layer, we must be brushed evenly. So I liked the black color combined with the gray color to do the ombre very much. It looks very gorgeous. So return to another. For the second layer, we must be to apply much more than the first layer and brush evenly from the top to the bottom. Don't forget the nail edge. Super glossy. So for this hands, we're going to apply the activator because it's already done the filing and buffing. We must be brush the activator on the nails evenly, only one time. So actually for our activator, you do not need to overuse, because for our powder, it's unique formula. We must be to apply the activator, extend evenly to the layer. So we take out the number 3, the top. For the top, we must be to apply 2 times. But there's one key point when you're using our top. For our top, it could be dried within 1 minute. So for the first layer, must be half dry but still sticky. We're going to apply the second layer on. Do not to apply the second layer when the first layer completely dry. We must be half dry but still sticky. The very obvious important part is that when you see the surface a little bit matte, we're going to apply the second layer on. That's the time to apply the second layer. So we turn to another finger, one by one. Brush evenly. And actually, I want to remind you guys for our GL401 now is in the limited time lightning deal now. It's just $17 US. You could get that kit. For the kits, you could use with any brands of the powder on the market. And for our deep blue system, it is suitable for any brands of the powder on the market. So do not need to worry, you could use it for other brands. So for that kit, only need to use $17 US because it is in the limited time lightning deal right now. So here's our today's design, the frame now are designs and the ombre and with the gold foil. So for this kits, we're already done. Thanks for watching. Thanks for your support. See you next time. Bye.